It's the Bison Football Show. Valley News Live and Gate City Bank present the Bison Football Show with head coach Chris Klieman.
It was a glorious weekend for the Bison. NDSU just flat dominated UND in front of the fourth largest crowd in Fargo Dome history. Kudos to Bison Nation. The fan base was on display and respectfully delivered a major league environment. We welcome to the set head coach Chris Klieman, and let's talk about the crowd a little bit, Coach. They certainly impacted the game. They were in full throat, and just an awesome effort by the fans.
It was dynamite. It was so fun to come out of the tunnel and see Bison Nation as loud as they were. The tailgate lots were great. We had some recruits out there. The student section was dynamite, and Bison Nation had a huge hand in that win for us.
Let's talk about the week for you and the preparation. Obviously, there's a little more into this game externally, at least with the fans and stuff. And how much did that impact you guys?
Well, I think our guys had great focus throughout the week. We told the guys, hey, business as usual. We've got to have a great game plan Tuesday through Friday. We've got to be locked in and play focus football for 60 minutes. And the guys really did that. I'm so pleased and happy for our guys. They came out and clicked on all cylinders.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's break this down. NDSU versus UND, just an electric atmosphere at the Fargo Dome, and the Bison played very, very well in this game. And early on, you knew they were going to blitz, didn't you?
Yeah, we really did. It was going to be a blitzathon, and they get us to start the game, but we get them on some big plays later on.
Now, some adversity early on in the game. You always know that something during the course of a game can happen, and they get a nice punt return here.
Yeah, they do. We don't keep great leverage, and they make some really good blocks. But what a great tackle by Ben LeComp at keeping him out of the end zone and forcing him into only a field goal.
Yeah, they really did nothing. Once they got this field position, you worry about him getting into the end zone. They didn't move the ball at all, and you held him to 3.
Yeah, great job by the defense of going 3 and out and only giving up 3 points.
And you got a big play in the run game right after this to kind of squelch that momentum here.
Yeah, great call by Coach Polisek. Great blocking up front, and King Frazier's running the ball exceptionally well right now.
Yes, he is. He breaks tackles there. 10 plays on this drive, leads to a field goal, ties the game at 3.
Yeah, great kick by Cam Peterson. Good hold and good snap by Fish, and we're on the board, tied at 3.
This game was full of special teams craziness, wasn't it, on both sides of the ball? We're going to show this play here to kind of illustrate that a little bit. There's a big return, then there's a fumble, there's a penalty on this one, and that's kind of how it went on special teams during the day.
Yeah, exactly. We can't block in the back. It's something we've got to shore up. A great return by Perk. He's got to hang on to the football, but Perk's a really good seasoned kid for us, and Perk will bounce back.
You know, in the first quarter, right at the end, I thought that's really when the offense got rolling. Carson Wentz and Darius Shepard, nice connection in this game.
Yeah, we knew we had to throw the ball. They were going to blitz us to stop the run, and Carson was really sharp, and the wide receivers were dynamite all day.
This same drive now moves into the second quarter, so you move to the other end, and it's 3rd and 10. What a dart by Carson.
What a great throw and great concentration and catch by Darius Shepard. Darius Shepard's turning into a great football player for us.
10-3 Bison, and now you really seize the momentum of the game here, especially on defense. They still did not have a first down at this point. Here's a 3 and out.
Yeah, great job. You can see the penetration by our defensive line. I think our defensive line really dominated the whole football game, and the linebackers were solid in their run fits.
So you force a 3 and out, a quick punt, serious momentum now, and R.J. Urzendowski, what a cut. What an impressive move right here.
Yeah, we talk about all the time making something happen after the catch, and R.J. makes 3 guys miss and gets into the end zone for another big score.
17-3 at this point. The Bison starting to roll it up, take control of the game, and kudos to your coaching staff. I thought a great call by Matt Entz here.
Yeah, great call, and great blitz by Jordan Champion. Champ's an exceptional blitzer and makes a great sack.
Champion's a great tackler, great in the run support too, isn't he?
Boy, he sure is.
Here's a good sequence here offensively. So this drive starts, you get 7 on the rush by Carson Wentz, then you go back to the passing game, and this whole drive really showed how you were controlling the game.
Yeah, we were controlling the game, we were controlling the clock, we were taking what the defense was giving us, which is some of the short passing game, and then we were making some things happen after the catch. Another great play by Shep.
And Chase Morlock, okay, we're 3 for 3 now. He scores in Montana. He scores against Weber on this wheel route out of the backfield, and here it is again.
Yeah, great call by Coach Polisek, and we find another way to get Chase out in that flat and up on the wheel route and get another touchdown. Great throw by Carson.
Yeah, 24-3 at this point. You know, Coach, I thought defensively, too, in this game, the defensive ends played really well. We're going to show Greg Menard here, first of many pressures by Greg.
Yeah, and you see Nate Tangway and getting a great penetration and push, and Menard getting off the block and making the play, and we just kept pushing the line of scrimmage.
And getting that contained, that's big for those defensive ends. And R.J. Erzendowski, again, you mentioned it after the catch, big plays by the receivers in this game.
Great job of not going out of bounds and turning it back upfield and getting an extra 15 yards after the catch.
So we go to half on the Nodak Mutual Insurance halftime stat board, 24-3. Very impressive half for the Bison. Wentz was on point, already 3 touchdown passes. NDSU was 6 of 9 on third down. That's very, very good. UND still without a first down in the first half. One of the stars of the game, Chase Morlock, and he's on the Gate City Bank hot seat. Chase, what's your favorite pro team, any sport?
Minnesota Vikings, sticking with them.
Who would you describe as your hero?
Probably my dad, no doubt.
What's your favorite sport other than football?
Wrestling.
Yeah, you were good at that.
Yeah.
Name something you are bad at.
Golf. Awful golfer.
What drives you crazy about your roommates?
They will never do the dishes. Never.
So you have to do them all the time.
I end up doing a lot of them.
In traffic, are you patient or do you get frustrated?
Very frustrated. Not a very patient person, I'd say.
What do you like most about Fargo-Moorhead, this area in general?
You know, I got to grow up here, got to be a spud, and then come over here. And just, you know, I've been around the area. Just love all the pride here around for NDSU too. So something special over here.
What do you like about this Bison coaching staff as a whole?
Their energy. I don't think you'll find another coaching staff that is as fired up as these guys are to coach football.
What's the one thing people don't know about you?
I was a pretty solid wrestler growing up, you know, in high school, and you know, I won a state championship my junior year.
Well, Coach, you and I talked about it at halftime on the radio. How are you going to keep the momentum going through that halftime?
Well, we had to come out and start fast in the second half. Had to have a good drive offensively and had to stop them on defense, and I think our guys really did that.
Yeah, let's break down this second half here. Just an impressive effort for 4 quarters for the NDSU Bison. And we're going to start again with Greg. And look at those numbers defensively. And here, Menard, a little swim move at the bottom.
Yeah, great job. Great rush by Greg. Great coverage by Champ on the outside.
You know, Carson handled the pressure well. They kept blitzing every time. You'll see him get hit here, but he still gets a completion down the field.
It's just staying in the pocket, trusting what's in front of you, and then the receivers making great plays. Here, Vra, great run after the catch again.
You know, and I thought the downfield passing game by the Bison offense had UND out of sync defensively. Even if you didn't get a completion, you were forcing penalties. Here's a pass interference.
Yeah, great route by Nate Moody, and draws the PI, and Nate's been really effective for us early in the season.
You know, Carson did get sacked 4 times, but with all the blitzing, that's pretty good protection, actually, by the Bison O-line.
Yeah, I thought we did a nice job, and you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz.
Yeah, no doubt. And this is a field goal attempt. That sack right there set this up, and talk about this impressive kick.
Great kick by Cam. Really confident when he went out there, hit the crossbar, and went over and got another 3.
27-3 after that long 49-yarder. Disciplined D all day. Even when they were getting 4, 5, 6 yards, for instance, on this play here, you know, you just didn't allow any big plays.
No, great coverage downfield by the secondary and linebackers, and the D-line stayed after it and got a good tackle for loss.
Well, this game is important for the North Dakota kids. Good to see Nate Moody, who's from Dickinson, North Dakota, get a few targets here.
Yeah, excellent job by Nate. He's a really reliable guy that moves the chains for us.
Beautiful deep ball here. Pressure in his face, back foot, still gets that long throw off.
Once again, he stepped into his throw, had great pressure. What a great catch by R.J. laying out in the end zone.
The D-line, the front 4, really dominated this game. Here's Brian Schatz.
Yeah, Schatz, he's a great football player. Comes up the middle. You see Champ on the blitz, but our guys really did a great job up front all day.
This is the part of the game, though, where there were a few special teams miscues. Here's another bobbled punt return. Yeah,
we've got to shore this up, but you know, Shep's a freshman that he's a dynamic player for us, and Shep will bounce back from that. He's a tremendous competitor, and we've got a lot of confidence in Shep.
Well, this is the very first down of the game for UND. 4:43 left in the third quarter, and on top of it all, now they're in position to score a touchdown.
Yeah,
here.
Good throw and catch by UND, and give them credit. They converted on the turnover and got the touchdown.
They went for 2, missed it, so now the score is 34-9. We're right at the tail end of the third quarter. You still have the game under control, still churning out some yards on the ground. Here's Lance Dunn.
Great job by Lance. Great cut right there, and gets vertical and gets another big first down.
And again, as we move into the fourth quarter, UND is on offense, just no big plays. You know, they'll get 5 or 6 yards here or there, but the defense really bowed their necks, and just you didn't allow the big play.
Yeah, that was so critical, and we talked about it all week. We had to keep the ball in front of us, and we were able to do that all game long.
Harvey, North Dakota, MJ Stumpf. I think he's had a nice 3-game start to the year here.
MJ's playing with a lot of confidence. He's a very aggressive guy, excellent tackler. Big things from MJ all year long.
Rushing stats starting to pile up a little bit here. King Frazier now will go for 7.
Yeah, we're hanging on to the football. We're pushing the pile. We're controlling the clock and controlling the football game.
You know, on their sacks, they had 4. It's a 3-4. You can blitz from different areas. Where were they coming from?
Usually off of our tight end side, but they would mix it up and come off the open side. They've got such a multitude of blitzes. They did a nice job there.
Now here's another punt return. This one almost cost you some points, almost turned into a potential safety or a potential touchdown. This one, it bobbled around right at about the 2-3 yard line.
Yeah, it was an excellent punt, and we probably shouldn't field this one. It's in that area inside the 10. A great job by our guys of finding a way to get on the football and preventing a total disaster from happening there. But we'll clean that up.
Yeah, you took 3 plays, you punted, and then the defense finishes the game out here. Bismarck, North Dakota, Stanley Jones.
How about Stanley? Great edge rush, and Stanley's going to keep playing a lot moving forward for us, and really happy for Stanley.
Dominating performance by NDSU on the Nodak Mutual Insurance final game stat board. Really, the score doesn't even indicate how big the domination was. 34-9 was the final score. 9 of 17 on 3rd down. Just 61 total yards for the entire game for UND and 3 first downs. Let's hear what the players had to say after the game.
The 3 and outs are helping us a lot. We're not on the field for 12 plays in a row. We're coming on fresh. We're giving the offense, more chances to get long drives. And I think the fresher we are, the harder we can play, vertically and smacking people in the mouth. And if we keep doing that, then we're just going to keep getting better and better, and there is no ceiling.
When a team like UND comes and really focuses on stopping our run, we get man coverage outside, and we got to make plays. And I think we showed that today, that it's going to be hard for teams just to focus so much on stopping the run game because we're pretty explosive in the pass game.
I think every play you make, boost your confidence. You just want to come out there and keep making more plays. So it's good to know, Carson has trust in me and will throw me the ball and let me make a play. So it's great.
We have a very good quarterback. So even if we're covered or they have a tough look, Carson's going to put it in the spot where only we can catch it. So he gives us a lot of opportunities to make plays.
Yeah, we got to come out like that every game now. Since we did that this game, there's not. I mean, if we let up 5 yards of rushing, it's not going to be good enough now.
Great comments by the players. Well, time for our Nodak Mutual Insurance player of the game. It's Bismarck native Carson Wentz. Carson looked every bit the NFL prospect he is this weekend against UND. He controlled the game, surgically dissected the UND 3-4 defense, was on point with his throws, and his throws had some heat on them. Simply put, Carson Wentz was the best player on the field Saturday.
We knew going in that they were going to bring us, a bunch of different blitzes and different looks. So we had to clean that up a little bit. And there's still things I missed out there today, just with blitz pickups and different things like that. So we got to get better. But, I thought we still handled it well. The biggest thing we were emphasizing is that, we got to get the ball out quick because they're going to show some blitzes and show some different things. And I thought we were very effective with that today.
Don't you love that as a coach? He plays so great, best player on the field, and the first thing he says is he can improve a little bit.
Yeah, that's Carson. But there's a veteran guy that when they were bringing all the pressure, he had to get us in the right protection. He had to get us in the right call. And you're right, he really dissected those guys in the secondary, and Carson was on point all day on Saturday.
Let's look at his stats through 3 games, too, as we break him down a little bit. Just an impressive start. He has not thrown an interception yet. He's got 53 completions, 9 touchdowns to 0 picks. He can pass it for 741. The rushing yards, 106. He's averaging around 6 yards a carry. 3 rushing touchdowns. He really has the total package.
Boy, he sure does. And the TD to interception ratio is so critical for us as a football team. And Carson does such a great job taking care of the football. And if we continue to do that, we have a great chance to be successful every Saturday.
Now, moving over to the defense, break this down a little bit. Through 2 games, you had 3 sacks, but you got 4 sacks this weekend. I thought marked improvement by those defensive ends to get to that pocket.
Yeah, Coach Gazer and Coach Kane are doing a tremendous job with our defensive line, and I thought we dominated the line of scrimmage with those front 4 all game long, and those guys played at a really high level, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. A lot of young guys playing with a lot of confidence.
And how about the depth on the defensive tackle? I mean, Steidl played really well. He had a nice sack as well, but you're able to really rotate 2, 3, 4 defensive tackles now.
Yeah, that's really important for us. You know, Nate and Brian are studs in there, but we're bringing in Steidl, we're bringing in Grant Morgan to give those guys a little rest, keep them fresh, but we're playing really well up front.
Well, let's talk about Darius Shepard a little bit. Let the fans get to know him a little bit more, who this kid is, where he's from. He's starting to really emerge into a playmaker, isn't he?
He really is, and he had an unbelievable fall camp. We couldn't cover him in fall camp, and then he had a little hip pointer, so we missed a couple weeks. But Shep's a dynamic player, and what a wonderful guy to be around. He's always energetic. He's a really fun guy to interact with, and he's a redshirt freshman, and he's going to continue to get better and better, and we're excited about the future for Shep because he's a playmaker. He
comes from a big high school, a 6A team that won back-to-back state titles, so he's a winner. He had over 3,000 all-purpose yards in high school, 2-time All-Staters, so it's good to have winners in the program, too. He played at a high level in Missouri. Yeah, he's got from a great high school in Blue Springs, and a number of his teammates were on the squad at K-State in 2013, and I know he had a lot of pride on that day. No, it's a great high school football program down there. Kelly Donahoe's the head coach and does a great job. Darius Shepard, one to watch as we move forward on this Bison football season. Still to come, a North Dakota kid. He does a lot off the field. He's doing a lot on the field as well. Levi Jordheim of Dickinson, North Dakota. We'll get to know him a little bit better. Stay with us. Welcome back to the show. It was a proud weekend for the families of all Bison players who come from the state of North Dakota. The Jordheims in Dickinson, North Dakota, no doubt enjoyed the win over UND, and they are enjoying watching their son emerge as a factor on the Bison roster. In this week's Olaf Anderson Construction feature story, Lee Timmerman tells us good work ethic is part of the Jordheim family.
My name is Brent Jordheim. I'm a 7th degree black belt in Taekwondo.
My name is Lori Jordheim, and I'm a 6th degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Levi Jordheim, 3rd stripe on my black belt.
And that's not counting the first black belt Levi wore at 2.5 weeks old. He actually started Taekwondo when he was 5.
It took about 2 years to get to the black belt, but going through those belts is sure fun, you know.
Levi was able to go through those belts so quickly because his parents taught martial arts for 24 years.
It's just different from what other kids do, you know. Kids are doing soccer and football. I was doing all that, but on top of that, I was doing Taekwondo, and that was good as a kid.
The kid is now a redshirt freshman linebacker for the Bison. It's the only place he wanted to play.
As a North Dakota kid, that's just awesome. I mean, being able to, growing up and seeing the Bison and then seeing that first championship and just being able to now put a helmet on is just awesome.
I told Coach Entz, I said one thing I'd like about Levi is his work ethic, and you know, we've trained hundreds and hundreds of Taekwondo students, and his work ethic is just you know, 120%. He gives it all. When he wants something, he goes and gets it, and that's what it takes to be a Bison. I think that's why he's successful in the program, hopefully.
And Levi's impact on the program is just beginning to be felt.
It's going to be so exciting to watch him, and you know, we understand that it's a long road, and he has to keep working, and he has to you know, put his 110% in every single day, and we know he can do that. It's going to be so fun to watch him in these next few years.
For the Bison Football Show, I'm Lee Timmerman.
Boy, you can't help but love Levi Jordheim, and what you hear from his parents there. Is he that hard of a worker?
Yeah, what a great story, what a great family. And come watch Levi practice sometime. It's a million miles an hour. Guys has a ton of pride, and he's going to be a factor moving forward. He's doing some great things on special teams for us, and as he continues to learn our defense, he'll be an impact on the defensive side too. So really happy with what Levi's done in the program so far.
And he's got great athleticism too. Maybe Travis Beck's speed, you know, and once he starts to really grasp it, it'll slow down for him a little bit too, won't it?
Absolutely, and that's what we know with all these freshmen. The game's got to slow down, and it takes a lot of repetition, and you got to have that practice experience to get that game experience. But we're excited about what Levi's going to be able to do for us.
No doubt. In this week's Peterson Farm Seed Future Crop of Bison, we meet Bruce Anderson. The true freshman is playing and playing well. He is also becoming a fan favorite. Bruce was highly recruited after totaling 2,000 rushing yards in Ruskin, Florida, which is the Tampa St. Pete area. He is a coachable kid who is already learning from offensive coordinator Tim Polasek.
Coach Polasek is a great guy. I mean, he makes it fun to be a running back at North Dakota State. He always brings energy to the table, so there's never really a down day with him. He just picks you up, he teaches you. It's just a great guy to be around.
Bruce is a nice player, isn't he?
He's explosive, and that's the one word we talk about all the time in the staff. He's an explosive football player that just needs some of those game reps, but he's on kickoff return. He's playing some snaps on offense. He's on the kickoff team. He's going to be a really good football player for us this year, and the more reps he gets, the better he's going to be. For sure. Still to come, we're going to talk about that Dakota Marker game. That's up next for the Bison. Stay with us. Well, for fans that don't know, it's a second bye week for the Bison. This is the scheduled bye week, though. The first one was due to television and the Montana game being moved up. This was the planned bye week. What do you think of a second bye week in September? Well, it's hard to get into a rhythm, but in the same respect, we've got so many guys nicked up. It comes at a really good time before we get into conference season. A lot of our offensive linemen, we'll get Jack Plankers back, which will help us a bunch. And then some other guys, you know, Carson, giving him another week, and some of the guys that are banged up. But we've got a lot of work to do as well this week on our special teams, and then to continue to work these young guys and get them ready for Valley play. So the Dakota Marker game is up next. It's down at South Dakota State. It's going to be a night game in their new improved stadium, renovated stadium, so it's going to be more seating, a bigger crowd. And, Coach, they've had a nice start to the year. They really have. We expect them to be undefeated. I know they play next week, but it's always been such a great football game between the Bison and the Jackrabbits, and we'll get an extra week to prepare for them, which will help us. But we've got a lot of respect for their program. They handled KU pretty easily, and it should be a great four-quarter football game, as they always are when we play them. Yep. We'll have you covered on the Bison Radio Network, of course, from Brookings, and also statewide coverage on NBC and, of course, ESPN3 for those outside of the region. We'll have you covered. It'll be a huge game. The Dakota Marker game always is. Enjoy this win, though. Have a great bye week, and we'll see you next time.
So if somebody else